Hey everybody, Merry Christmas. Can you believe that Christmas in the park is less than 1 week away? I mean, I can't believe it. I don't know where the time went, but here we are. Here we go. We're ready for Christmas in the park. So I wanted to pop on here really quick and give you guys some details about what you're going to be doing when you're there at Christmas in the park. But I first wanted to start by saying thank you. Thank you so much, each and every one of you, for signing up to serve, for serving in the house area, whether you're serving one night or you're serving 5 nights. We just couldn't do it without you guys. So thank you so much for putting in the time to do that. I also wanted to bring up the emails that I sent out yesterday with the serve requests on them. They had a list of times on there. Disregard those times. That was incorrect. It was computer glitch. We only need to be here during one time. I have a bunch of information that I wanted to try to go over really fast and keep this short. So let's start with parking. When you get to the event, you're going to be parking across the street in the volunteer parking section. That is going to be at the Surprise Library or near the Surprise Library. They're going to have a shuttle that's going to go back and forth from the parking area to the event area, so that shouldn't be a problem. Once you get to the park, be sure to check in. You're going to check in at the volunteer station. Check-in begins at 4 p.m. Be sure that you're all checked in at least by 4:45 because we're going to have a house huddle at 5 p.m. sharp. So it's going to be brief because the doors open at 5:30. The huddle is going to take place at the back of the auditorium. There's going to be some high top tables there, and the table to the left of the stage is where we're going to be meeting at 5 o'clock. So be sure to be there. Okay, so now during the service, we're going to be stationed at the end of each of the aisles, and we're also going to have some people stationed at the high top tables, and we're going to be handing out candles. We're going to be welcoming people as they come. Most importantly, when the service begins, it's super hard to see. We want to be very intentional about welcoming people and helping them find a seat, guide them to a seat. And that way, we'll make sure that everybody has a place to seat. There's some people that like to hover around the back. Just be sure if you see anybody that's looking around, maybe go up to them and say, hey, can I find you a seat? If they say no, it's no big deal. But a lot of times people are just a little bit nervous to kind of walk in and disrupt the service, but we can definitely guide them there. I think the second or third song they're going to be singing is Joy to the World. Right after that song, the worship team is going to invite the kids to come up to the front and dance around during the song Run, Run, Rudolph. So if you could be ready for that, have your flashlights handy. If you're in the area and there's some kids around you, go ahead and encourage them to go up front and dance around. When the song is all over, again, have that flashlight handy because it's going to be very dark. They're also going to be doing the greeting at that time, so it might get a little bit busy and chaotic. Just be available to help get kids back to their seats. Towards the end of the service, we are going to do the song Silent Night. Once we start doing that, we are going to be passing the flame. We're going to be lighting the candles. I'll go over that with a little bit more detail at our 5 o'clock huddle and the process of that, but the flame is going to be passed all through the song Silent Night. At the end of the service, we want to encourage people to put their spent candles in baskets that we're going to be having. Some will be placed on the floor around the area. Just encourage them to put the candles in there so we could use them again the next day. If you're able to, stay after the service is done to help kind of clean up the area and put some chairs back that have maybe been disheveled from the service, and we'll get reset for the next service for the next night. If you're able to do that and stay a little bit later, just let me know during your huddle or something so that we can re-huddle and get back together for what we're going to do that and how we're going to clean everything up the fastest way possible. So one other thing I wanted to point out was in case of emergencies, they have security staff all throughout the park. They're going to be identified by their lanyards. They have American flags on them. They're encouraging us to stay in our area if you see something a health issue, a health emergency, or anything like that, stay in your area, signal to either them or to somebody else on your team, and they're going to come to us to help in that situation. If you happen to come across a lost child, we could take them over to the lost children's tent, and I could point that out also in our 5 o'clock huddle so you'll know where to go with all of that. I also wanted to just remind each other why we're here. It's not about the event. It's never been about the event of Christmas in the park. We're using that as a tool to find find the one lost soul, to help them find and follow Jesus is really what we're trying to do. This year, to help with that, we have a playbill that we're going to be handing out. The church has done a really, really good job with putting this playbill together. It's got information about the church. It's got information on groups that they're starting in 2025. It even has a QR code on it that people can scan, and it'll take them right to the church website. So that's going to be a helpful tool for us to use as well to show people, to help them with their next steps. I believe that's everything. If you have any questions or need anything, you know that I'm always available. Shoot me a text, give me a call, and let me know. I am praying for you guys. I am praying for this event. I couldn't be more excited. Thank you for listening to these directions. Now let's go shape a city.